Hello everyone, this is Hyde from the Seybold Locomotive Works, here to just be giving you an update of the projects that we're working on right now, and majority of them are for us right now. We've got other clients, locomotives we're working on, various other places, but right now it's just to talk about our stuff. And this is the frame of an old Tyco Chattanooga 080 or 280 Tyco power torque tender driven locomotive. It's a tender to it. And we stripped the entire power torque because you don't need it. Took out all the geared wheels, put in Athearn dummy wheels. And I just finished installing another new coupler replacement, so now it's going to be an auxiliary tender that I built. And what I did was I took the bunker, which I'll show you on the tenders. This is a Montour all metal tender, but that is what the bunkers look like. And that's taken out, and we have a bench grinder, and we use it to grind the entire bunker flat. And you can see over here, this is another one I'm working on. It's for my private locomotive number 3. And you can see the entire bunker is gone. It's all flat, equal, level, and that's the way we want it to be. And then all I got to do next is just build a cover for it, like the same thing I'm doing for this tender. So we got rid of the bunker using the bench grinder, all the way flat. It's all equal. And now the shell has been painted. It is sitting. You can't even see it, but gotta be careful. Hang on, I gotta get it out. Here's the painted shell. It's still fresh. See, like I said, it's all equal and flat. Gives it a nice auxiliary tender look. Just gotta build a cover for it, which I'll be doing, and that will complete it. Yeah, that was a great project right there. We do sell these. We don't build them for ourselves. We sell them for $15 each. That's a pretty good price in my opinion, because we're putting all this effort into it to make it look like a real auxiliary tender. So to us, it's a really good deal. Elsewhere in our shops, we're doing some more paint work. This is a frame to a Keystone two truck shay kit, and it's been painted. We're looking at acquiring the NWSL powering kit to get this thing operational again. Well, operational, because these kits are built and sold as non-operational. They don't give you any of the operational parts. You gotta all get that from NWSL. So we're looking at getting it, the motor, the gearbox, worm gear, new line shafts, the wheels, and the crankshaft. So we'll get to it. We're just painting all the parts now. The boiler, the cab, and the tank, tender tank, are all over here. So we primed them earlier, but then we found out they needed more more metal work, and these are all metal. And we found out there's some spots we wanted to make it look good again, so we sanded a couple spots down to make sure it looks good. This is the Seybold Locomotive Works, just by the way. But yeah, once we get more primer, it'll be primed and painted black. The cab will be brown to make it look kind of like an old. Well, because I don't want it to really be all black. It's my shay. Alright, this is a Montour 040 booster. You can't even see it. I'm sorry. Hang on. Alright, here you can see both of them in good light. This is a Montour 040 1960s all metal booster. Well, all the earlier ones were all metal, but it's a 1960s Montour booster sent to us by a good buddy of mine, John Miner, JM Colts 95 here on YouTube. He owns and operates the Evansville and Southern Railroad, and so he bought this B&O booster, which it was B&O. It never was B&O, because when we sanded down the tanks, the saddle tanks, I found out that it was just B&O lettering painted over, and New York Central lettering. So it was never really B&O engine, but he wanted it because it was B&O, and so it's been in primer for a while, and finally was able to get it painted. It's in shiny black now, and also made some decals for it over here. Well, you can just see it's right there. The back is not white. That's just the tape cover. It's clear, so when it's on, it'll just look like it's been painted on. So that's the point of it. But yeah, looks really good. The frame and the motor, all been repaired, and they're right there. The rest of the parts are up there, awaiting new drivers for it. It's looking great. Alright, time for the last thing we're going to be talking about. Another tender, but it's not an auxiliary tender. Is a Bachmann Spectrum Vanderbilt tender I bought back in 2007. and originally it had a high coal bunker, and I wanted it for this engine, which is the first steam locomotive I ever owned, an IHC 260, formerly Santa Fe number 7809 from a Zenith Limited set. And I wanted it to have a Southern Pacific style look with the Vanderbilt tender and whatnot. The smoke box door is on another engine for right now, since this one has been undergoing a pretty heavy rebuild, and it's nearly done. Just work on the wheels. It's an SCVR engine, and we did the full rebuild on the third geared wheel. The Seybold Locomotive Works did. Anyways, just today I was looking at this tender and I go, well, I'm able to get rid of bunkers on just about every other tender, so why not just do it on this one? So I did. And because I found out in 2007, the hard way, in 2008, after I bought this tender off eBay, that it didn't fit the locomotive. The bunker was like that much higher than the cab, so it looked ridiculous. And then I knew they make oil bunker versions of this tender, and that's what I initially wanted. But they're kind of expensive, and so I just made my own basically. And I'll be putting a cover on it because I want it to be an oil burner. But it's all level and flat now, and it works very well with the cab size and height of my 260. So now it's got a really nice tender. I love it. This is the old NBC Roundhouse tender we got January 2011, and we rebuilt it, SCVR at the time, because Seybold Locomotive Works didn't exist back then. We made it look really good. We'll figure out what we want to do with it next. Figure something out, but yeah, that's all the shop work we're doing as of today. So just inform you, like I said, we build auxiliary tenders for $15. We sell them after we're finished building them for $15. So if you want one, let us know, because that one will be going up for sale quite recently after it's finished. All right, this is Hyde from the Seybold Locomotive Works.